The sun as medicine and benefits you didn't know about. Did you know that sunbathing not only gives you vitamin D but also increases your testosterone, improves your mood, and can even protect your eyesight? Why? Because for years we've only been told about the dangers of solar radiation, but we've never or almost never been told about its benefits. So today you'll discover what science knows about the sun and your health, and I assure you that you'll never look at it the same way again. Point number 1. The sun regulates your biological clock. Sunlight adjusts your circadian rhythm, your internal clock, which controls sleep, energy, hormones, and even your mood. More sunlight gives you more daytime energy and improves sleep at night. Point 2. Vitamin D. The sun hormone vitamin D is activated by sun exposure and regulates calcium, bones, and the immune system. There are studies that show that vitamin D deficiency is related to hypertension, cancer, male infertility, and low immunity. The problem is that more than 60% of people with light skin and up to 90% of people with dark skin have a deficiency. Point number 3. Testosterone and sexual performance. Sunlight stimulates your testicles to produce more testosterone. A study from Tel Aviv University showed that just 25 minutes in the sun is enough to significantly increase testosterone levels. And a surprising finding from 1939 revealed that sunbathing your chest increased testosterone by 120%. Also, sunbathing the testicles increased it by up to 200%. This improves sexual desire, fertility, and even protects against depression and anxiety. Point number 4. Mood and brain. Sunlight activates neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, improving mood, memory, and concentration. It has even been used as a natural therapy against depression in children. For example, spending time in the sun reduces the risk of myopia because light stimulates dopamine in the retina and slows elongation. Point number 5. How can you expose yourself safely? The ideal time is 20 to 30 minutes a day with at least 40% of your skin exposed. And the best times are early in the morning or in the afternoon, avoiding 11 to 3 during the summer. Skin color. The darker your skin, the more time you need to produce the same amount of vitamin D. So, sunlight is a natural medicine. It regulates your hormones, strengthens your bones, improves your mood, and boosts your sex life. Remember, without sunlight there is no life. But with the right amount of sun, you'll have more health and more strength. Now tell me in the comments, how much time do you spend in the sun each day? The amount of muscle you have predicts how long you will live. I don't want to scare you, but that's how it is. Is there scientific information about this? Muscle mass is not just about looks. It's preventive medicine. It's your health reserve. It's your metabolic engine. And it's the foundation for aging gracefully. What happens when you have more muscle? Better metabolism, less fat, better glucose regulation. It improves insulin sensitivity, prevents type 2 diabetes, and also reduces inflammation. According to the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, muscle acts as an immunological organ, so it produces amino acids that defend you, help you regenerate, and heal faster. Without muscle, you get sick more often and recover less. It also regulates your hormones from the menstrual cycle to menopause and andropause. Did you know it even helps you breathe better? In the intensive care unit, those who have more muscle have a better chance of surviving. In addition, muscle releases endorphins, reduces stress and anxiety, and improves your self-esteem and mental focus. What happens when you have less muscle? Are you more dependent in old age? Can you imagine not being able to get up by yourself, not being able to climb stairs, not being able to carry the grocery bags? That can be prevented today, right? At 70 years old. More muscle, stronger bones, it prevents fractures and obstacles, according to a publication in Osteoporosis International. And yes, it also shapes your figure, improves your posture, and gives you a healthy look that no filter can imitate. Write below in the comments. I make muscle a priority, so train, build strength, eat enough protein, rest well, and take care of your body. Your future self will thank you for it. Muscle is life, it's health, longevity, energy, self-esteem, and prevention. Start today. Immunocult, which I've been taking for a year and a half, helps you build muscle at any age. I'm 66 years old, and look, I don't have that much muscle either. But honestly, I've never had this much before. Now I have more than ever, so at any age, it's going to be good for you. For more information about the Immunocult, check the link in my bio or send me a message on WhatsApp. 3 foods that slow down sarcopenia. While you sleep, let's talk about nighttime protein, for example. Did you know you might lose a lot of muscle while sleeping without realizing it? How does muscle work? Well, during the day when you eat protein and move around, your body builds more muscle than it breaks down. That is, muscle synthesis building is greater than proteolysis breakdown. At night, especially if you go many hours without eating, synthesis decreases, muscle building slows down, but the breakdown process keeps working at the same rate. So yes, even if you go to the gym or eat well during the day, at night your body reduces muscle building, and on top of that, muscle loss is still active. The good news is that science has already found the solution, which is to take slow digesting protein before going to sleep, which can turn your sleeping hours into a nighttime gym. Today I'm going to show you the most effective foods to slow down sarcopenia while you sleep. What should a good nighttime food have to take care of your muscles? Point number 1. At least 20 to 30 grams of protein per serving. Point number 2. A minimum of 2.5 grams of leucine, the amino acid that triggers muscle repair. Point number 3. It should be slow digesting to release nutrients gradually throughout the night. With these criteria, what do we have? Well, we have two groups of foods. The first group, sardines and other fish, like anchovies, melva or mackerel. On the other hand, I've also increased my egg intake, so I recommend it to you. And I always have boiled potatoes on hand, sometimes to go with other foods or sometimes seasoned with onion, parsley, oil and salt. I also use peas, green beans, broccoli. I love broccoli. The second group of foods that I don't use because I avoid milk and its derivatives. Point number 1, casein, which is the queen of nighttime proteins, is simply concentrated powdered milk, nothing artificial. It forms a gel in your stomach that releases amino acids slowly for up to 6 hours. Point number 2, cottage cheese, the most natural version of casein. A serving of this cheese, 250 grams, provides 30 grams of slow digesting protein plus calcium and extra nutrients. Greek yogurt or skyr. Besides casein, it gives you probiotics that support your digestion. With 200 grams of this Greek yogurt, you get about 20 grams of protein. But what's the key? The key is consistency. Eat dinner 2 to 3 hours before bed and have your nighttime protein 30 to 60 minutes before sleeping. This way you make sure your body gets the amino acids while you sleep. Remember, the muscle you don't feed at night is the muscle you lose. Tell me in the comments what you're having for dinner tonight. Would you be dead without salt? Today I'll reveal the truth about salt that no one has told you. Have you heard salt is unhealthy? I'm sure you have. Today I'm going to debunk this myth for you. Without salt, you would literally die. Why? Because salt, especially sodium, is not an enemy. It's an essential mineral for human life. It's so vital that without salt, healthy salt, good salt, your cells couldn't function, your heart would stop, and your brain would fail. It's that simple. Sodium is crucial for transmitting nerve impulses. It's crucial for your muscles to contract and for maintaining the balance of fluids inside and outside your cells. So, why have we been told for decades that salt is dangerous? Well, the problem isn't salt itself, but the type of salt and the context in which you consume it. Most of the salt people consume comes from ultra-processed foods. And also, the salt from your household salt shaker is usually refined, demineralized, and lifeless, which can cause you serious imbalances. According to the Salt and Health study from the British medical journal, sodium intake from prepared foods and industrial snacks is associated with hypertension and cardiovascular risk. But, and here's the interesting part, unrefined sea salt doesn't have that negative effect on healthy people. On the contrary, those natural salts contain more than 80 essential trace elements such as magnesium, potassium, calcium, and zinc, which help balance vital body functions. A lack of sodium can cause, among many other things, chronic fatigue, mental confusion, cramps, dizziness, and in some extreme cases, nervous system collapse. Many integrative doctors are already seeing this in their practices. In addition, salt activates the adrenal glands, regulating the production of aldosterone, a key hormone for your energy and vitality. Did you know that ancient peoples who didn't consume salt died younger? And when salt was introduced into their diets, their life expectancy increased impressively. That's documented in anthropological texts, like those of Dr. Weston A. Price. So it's not less salt, it's better salt. What benefits us isn't eliminating it, but using it consciously. Start seeing salt as a natural supplement your body needs, not as a poison. Comment below, natural salt, vital health. And also tag someone who is still afraid of salt so that fear doesn't decide for you, but the truth does. In conclusion, natural salt is not your enemy. It's vital for your brain, heart, muscles, and your entire nervous system. What's dangerous is industrial refined salt and the kind we find in ultra-processed foods. Take good note of this. Testosterone and the midlife crisis. How to naturally regain your energy. Do you feel like when you hit 40 your energy just isn't the same? Maybe you work out, you eat well, but you feel more tired with less sexual desire, without the same vitality as before. Well, it's not your imagination. Behind all of this could be your testosterone levels. Testosterone is much more than just the male hormone. Testosterone impacts your muscles, your immune system, your brain, your motivation, and your sexual desire. It even helps prevent cortisol, the stress hormone, from destroying your defenses. The problem is that starting at around 35 to 40 years old, both men and women begin to notice a natural decline in their hormone levels. For example, in men, less muscle mass, more abdominal fat, decreased energy, and in women, sarcopenia, muscle loss, and a higher risk of osteoporosis, and a drop in overall enthusiasm for life. That's why people talk about the famous midlife crisis. It's not just emotional, it's also biological. What can you do naturally? Well, the good news is that you don't have to give up or resign yourself. Science has shown that with changes in your lifestyle, you can maintain or even increase your testosterone. Point number 1. Strength exercise. 2 sessions per week of weight training, resistance bands, or even using your own body weight are enough to activate your muscle mass and slow down hormonal decline. Studies in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research confirm that resistance training increases testosterone levels and improves insulin sensitivity. Next point. It's extremely important to walk between 8,000 and 10,000 steps a day because this keeps visceral fat under control, which is key to not blocking your hormone production. Next point, sleeping well. Lack of sleep can reduce your testosterone by up to 15% in just 1 week. University of Chicago, 2011. Sleeping 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep is said to be a natural anabolic. Stress management. High cortisol levels mean testosterone goes down the drain. Meditation, conscious breathing, or even taking moments of calm are just as important as the gym. Balanced nutrition is also extremely important. A Mediterranean diet rich in clean proteins, healthy fats, avocado, nuts, omega-3 and micronutrients like zinc and magnesium is essential for hormone production. Remember, testosterone is your vitality hormone, but your lifestyle is the key that protects it. The midlife crisis doesn't have to bring you down. It can be your moment to be reborn, stronger and more aware. Now tell me in the comments, what habit are you going to start today to take care of your hormones? 4 foods that boost your testosterone. This hormone is very important for both men and women. It has positive effects on bone strength, concentration, libido, blood pressure, mood, concentration, and cardiovascular health. Strength training is always the best for testosterone, and of course it's even better when combined with aerobic exercise and stretching for emotional well-being. Testosterone is the I can do it hormone. Pomegranate, blueberries, and red fruits in general. Secondly, oysters and seafood rich in zinc, cruciferous vegetables like cauliflower and broccoli, and in 4th place, eggs, avocados, and nuts. The best food to lower cortisol is foods high in magnesium, such as leafy green vegetables like spinach, collard greens, Swiss chard, and also avocado. Green tea is fantastic, and eggs are also very good for you. Fermented foods like sauerkraut and kefir, fish like salmon and cod, which provide essential fatty acids, omega-3. Avoid coffee, processed foods, and alcohol. But most importantly, the thing that produces the most cortisol, what you should avoid the most, is continuous stress. On a transgenerational and biodecoding level, unresolved emotional wounds are what produce the most stress and cortisol. Right below. An untrained mind is useless. That's why I dedicate myself to training your mind through many of my programs, especially my Conscious Wealth program. Check my informational links right below. My peace is my main treasure. Your body doesn't need diets. Your body needs cellular intelligence. Your body doesn't want punishments or extreme restrictions. Your body wants real nutrition. So if you feel tired, bloated, or unfocused, maybe it's not a lack of willpower, it's a lack of essential nutrients. Start here. Point number 1, drink water when you wake up. 2, include omega-3 every day. 3, eat foods with glutathione or actives that increase it, like the bonded cysteine in Immunocal. 4, eliminate hidden sugar. 5, make sure to move your body, even if it's just 20 minutes a day. And above all, listen to your body. Your body doesn't talk to you to bother you, it talks to you to save you. Right, I nourish myself with awareness and with love. This is to better internalize the whole message. And remember, your health is your foundation and your energy is your most valuable asset.